What's up everyone, welcome to HDpiano. My name is Kale, and in this lesson we're going over You're My Best Friend by Queen. In this part 1 video we'll be covering the intro and the verse to the song. Here's how those sound. And there you have it, that's the intro and the verse to the tune. Now before we dive into this one, I've got a question for everyone tuning in out there. So since this song is called You're My Best Friend, what's the name of your best friend? Comment below, we'd love to see all the names that you guys have out there. Okay, so we're starting this one off with just the left hand, and we're going to be playing this one in a bit of a swung pattern. So I'll show you what that means in a sec, because we're dealing with some rhythms we should talk about here too. The first part of the intro goes like this. So we're starting with our left hand down with our pinky on a low C, and then our thumb on a C an octave above that. And we're dealing with 8th note rhythms here, so let's break those down really quick in case you're not familiar with them. Our basic unit of rhythm is a quarter note, and a quarter note gets 1 hit per beat, so if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter notes sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're starting the song off with quarter notes, 3 of them to be exact. 1, 2, 3. And then after that, we're going to be playing some 8th notes, which get 2 hits to a beat. So if you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 8th notes sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in this song, we're doing swung 8th notes, so those feel a little bit differently. You're basically going to lean the second 8th note back a little bit, almost as if you're playing a triplet. Now if you're not familiar with a triplet, it's basically the idea of squeezing 3 notes into the space of 2. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, a swung 8th note kind of feels as if you're playing in a triplet pattern and going 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, just like that. So we're going to count these 8th notes as we would typical 8th notes. Remember, 8th notes feel like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our swung 8th notes feel a little more like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's how we're going to count the 8th notes here. So we're starting off on the and of beat 4. That means the 8th note that comes after beat 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right there. And we're going to be playing this high C with our thumb. Then after that, we're playing 3 quarter notes of the low C. So 1, 2, 3, and then once we get to beat 4, we'll go 4 and. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So that's going to happen twice, and then we're going to bring in our right hand with a D minor chord. We'll have D with our thumb, F with our middle finger, and A with our pinky. And our left hand pattern is going to change a little bit once the right hand comes in. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So we're doing this little 8th note rhythm first on beat 3 once our right hand comes in. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, so in the right hand now, we're also going to be adding some 8th note rhythms. We're going to be playing this D minor chord to start, right? And that holds out for 3 beats. So 1, 2, 3, and then on beat 4, we're going to play this again. But then on the and of beat 4, we're going to move our whole hand down 1 key each to the C major chord. So it'll be a C with our thumb, E with our middle finger, and G with the pinky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And meanwhile, we're doing that special left hand figure that goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rather, sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. It gets very confusing, as you can see, so be sure to keep that straight. And the reason I say that is because those 2 bars that we just played with the right and left hand together are the verse part as well. So they happen in the intro, and then once the verse comes around, those happen 4 times. So here's how that's going to sound. We're going to start with our intro, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come in with the right hand. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do that again 4 times, and that's the verse. So and then you're almost done, but we have one more bar. This is a weird verse here. There's an extra bar tagged on to the end. And it's basically the first part of the verse, except there's one small variation on the whole thing. So we're playing everything the same, except once we hit this D minor chord on beat 4, we're going to stop. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. And that goes into the pre-chorus of the song. So you've basically got the entire intro and verse learned already. Now let's try playing that both hands together really slowly, starting with our intro. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And congratulations, you've learned the verse to You're My Best Friend by Queen. Head over to HDpiano.com to tackle the remaining sections, and while you're here, please subscribe, like, and drop us a comment. Check us out on all social media too at HDpiano. We'll see you over at HDpiano.com, home of the hybrid piano lesson.